Do it, Emma.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. Did everybody get the image of the hot chocolate downloaded or saved to their photos?
No,
Okay.
I haven't even noticed it.
No,
Okay.
I will do it right now.
Perfect.
It's on the WhatsApp thread.
Sweet. It's a little bit easier if it's photos and not files.
Emma, do you want a spotlight? Or
Oh,
shall I
yes.
spotlight? Here, I'll do that.
I
I
can-
got it. There you go.
Thank you.
Yum, that looks good.
Doesn't it?
I'm realizing it's summer, but like it just, I don't know, it sounded kind of fun. All right, do you guys want to give me a thumbs up when you have those downloaded and ready? Okay, perfect.
Ugh. Now my iPad wants to do a backup. I do not want that.
Oh, gotcha. It's telling you it wants to back up.
Yeah,
Hi, Emma.
I
Hi.
haven't used the iPad since last time we were doing this. So
Oh, got you. Okay. Got you.
how this goes.
Can you guys see this okay? I'm wondering if I should zoom out a little bit more.
Yeah, I need to get it into my iPad.
I can see it fine.
Okay, sweet. Thank you. You could try taking a screenshot of it.
Yeah,
and see-
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I just, you start. I'll, as
Okay.
usual, be behind you.
Okay. If you have any question, I think this part we've all done before, but if you have any hiccups, just let me know. So do you guys want to, do you all have Procreate opened up?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yes.
Sweet. So I'm just going to click on the plus sign up at the top. I have all of my canvases here. If you guys have that Procreate class canvas we did, you can open that one up. Mine's way down at the bottom. If you don't have that one, you can also do the screen size, which is right up front here as well. So I'm going to open up Procreate. If yours is the Procreate one, it might be this horizontal. Is that true? Yeah, okay, cool. So to switch it around, all you have to do is pinch it, and then you can just rotate it to a portrait view, which fits our picture a little bit better. Does everybody get that?
No, I'm shit.
Is it the canvas or is it still the photo?
I am not there yet.
Okay.
So what do I start with? I start with uploading the photo, or I start with opening a new canvas?
You're going to want to start with opening a new canvas, which is the little plus sign, and it's going to be in the upper right corner.
Okay.
Did that get pulled up?
Yeah. Okay. And then I go to gallery. Is that it?
Gallery. Are you in the canvas already?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can actually leave it just like that. And that's where we're at.
No, Sunny.
So So now we're just going to import the photo of our hot chocolate onto our canvas. So once again, that's the wrench right up here. And then insert photo.
Oh,
My hot chocolate's this
no,
one.
it doesn't give me that. It says act. Oh, is that the plus sign?
The plus sign. Yes. So sorry, it's under add.
Oh, okay.
Add highlighted blue.
Okay.
Yep. Perfect. And then hot chocolate. And it should pull up something like this.
Yep.
Oh, hi, Sandra.
Hi guys, sorry I'm late.
No worries at all. We just have our canvas opened up and we just imported our picture of the hot chocolate.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're not very far at all.
Oh yes,
Okay.
I know how
Emma,
to
do we leave that border, that white border?
Oh, so my photo might be slightly smaller resolution, so it might look small on canvas, but actually I want to make it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to pinch it and make it go bigger. So if yours also has some white space, you can do the same.
Oh, shit. I did something. Well, how did you undo? Was that 2 fingers?
Undo, yep. So you just like 2 and tap.
My picture just disappeared.
Oh, so maybe try tapping with 3 fingers.
No.
Okay. You might have undo adding the image.
I'm starting all over, I guess.
Oh good, because
Okay, and then it opens up something. Oh, fit to canvas we can do, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Where are you at right now?
I have the photo up again, and it's underneath it says free form, uniform, distort, warp, snapping.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So you could either click fit to canvas,
I've done that.
but
Yeah. I've done that.
sometimes it still leaves a little white border. I want to
Mhm.
make sure that it takes up the whole canvas. So I'm just going to pinch and kind of
Yeah,
extend.
when I did that before, that's when it disappeared. So I'm scared, but I'll do it. Oh, now
Okay.
it worked. Now it worked.
When you guys, is that working for you guys? Okay.
Yeah.
okay, I've been
Yes,
imported.
yes.
So if you guys like the position of your hot chocolate, you can just click the little arrow up here. It should be highlighted blue right now. So if you click it again, it should disappear. And it should now be stuck onto your canvas. So if you move your canvas, it should move with it. How is yours coming, Sandra? Are you getting
Well,
that?
it's sideways. How do I make it vertical?
Yeah, so you can pinch your canvas. You
Oh, just flip it. Oh,
Yep, and then you can just
no, it flipped the picture. It's flipping the picture, not the canvas.
Oh, okay. So what you can do there is I would orient your photo like this for now,
Okay.
and get that picture set up how you want it on the canvas, even if it is sideways.
Mm. Mm.
Is that working? And then
I think so.
yeah, could you mind if I take a look at it?
Well, it looks like that, but I'm not sure. Now I've got it like that, but I'm not sure that it's actually set like that. How do I make it stay like that?
Okay,
Because I did that with my fingers, but
got you. Can you zoom out a little bit?
you see, it's kind of floating. How do I set
Okay,
it?
I see now. Yeah, so once you have it set to the position you want it, you'll
Mhm.
just click on the arrow again.
On the arrow
Mm-hmm.
and just say uniform.
Oh,
or not?
so try clicking on the arrow again. So you just want to make sure the arrow is not highlighted blue. And then if you zoom out,
But it's not. It's in the canvas is askew.
yeah, so try to zoom
Maybe
out.
I'll
so
start
you can
again.
see- Try zooming out so you can see your entire image at once.
Yeah, it looks a mess like this.
Yeah, so then click on that blue arrow again.
Okay.
And then once that blue arrow is clicked, that's when you can change the size of your image in relation to the canvas. So is it working now?
I'm saying, but the canvas. Oh, okay. That's okay.
Yeah. If the blue arrow is not selected, you're just zooming in and out of the canvas. But if the blue arrow is selected and highlighted blue, then you're changing the size of the image on the canvas. Does that make sense?
No. I'm almost going to start. If they're completely askew, I'm going to start again. I think. Just,
Okay.
thank you. Please proceed. I don't want to hold anybody up.
If it-
It's fine. We're learning too when there are problems. I went over this before you, Sandra.
It's kind of a weird thing to think about. But right now on my screen, if you guys can see, right now I don't have anything selected. So if I'm pinching my screen, I'm just zooming into my canvas, if that makes sense. But if I have this blue
Right.
selected, I'm zooming in, but it's cropping it on my canvas. If
But
that
the
makes
problem is, so right now when I've got the arrow blue, I can make the canvas bigger or smaller, but the picture on top of it is askew. I don't know
so
how
you-
to grab a picture versus a canvas, which you just said, but
Yeah, if you want to grab the picture, that's where you click on the arrow. And you can rotate the picture too. If you click on this green dial at the top, you can rotate it as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
where does that live?
it's right at the top here, and it's green in the center. Do you see it?
But this is it's the canvas. I don't seem to be able to grab the picture on.
Oh. So to grab the picture, click on that arrow at the top.
Right, it is clicked and it's blue, but it's selected the canvas as opposed to the photo.
Oh, so it's not selecting the photo. See?
It selected the canvas.
Got you. So what might be happening, check your layers. So click over here to your layers. Do you have more than one layer?
Layer one. This is the layer that is called inserted image.
Okay,
And then the layer one is just black.
cool. So you're gonna want to delete layer one, the blank one.
Okay.
So what's happening is it's, if you're selected on that layer one, it's trying to grab what's on that layer, but right now there's nothing on that layer. So it looks like you're doing nothing, but it's just because it's selected on that layer one.
You know what? I've still got the same problem. I think I'll just start again.
Okay. So if you guys want to get started with this, we can start tracing the image.
Sure.
Yeah. It might help because this is kind of a dark image. So if you're working with like a black line, it might be hard to see. So I like to go to my layers right here.
so now we go to the canvas, or where do we go now? Where are we now?
The layers.
At the layers?
Mhm.
Layers, okay.
Yep. So I click on that. And then
And,
what was that?
and where do we go after that?
Okay. So then we're going to click on the N.
Okay, of inserted image.
Of the inserted image. Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this blue dial and bring it down. I'm going to bring it down like 35% to 35%.
The
Okay.
opacity?
Yeah, the opacity.
Okay.
Okay.
How much did you say, Emma? I'm sorry.
35.
35.
35, okay.
And when you're done, you can just tap right outside and it should disappear. Is that working, Sandra?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Cool.
I remember I made a mistake there in the beginning. So I also have a layer that's fucking up my picture.
Yeah.
So
Now I would delete those extra layers because sometimes they can chunk.
yeah, how do you delete it?
So to delete a layer, this one right here, I just added this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swipe to my
Okay.
left. And then just delete.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So now that I've done this, we're actually now gonna add a layer. So I'm gonna make sure we're in our layer area. Is everyone there? Cool.
Now we want to add a layer, right?
Yep. So we want to add this plus sign and have our new layer.
And do
And
we
that's going to be
rename
the
that?
tracing.
Yep. So we're going to name this one. So I'm just going to click on it once. And this dial right here should kind of open up all these options.
And we have to say rename or?
Yep.
What
so
do we
then
call
you
it?
can- I'm going to call this outline.
And here comes where I can type. Okay.
I believe if you tap twice, it should bring up that keyboard.
Okay. Nope. Then I get.
Sometimes you can
You
write
gotta-
with a pen. I'm writing
You
with a
gotta,
pen.
you gotta put your finger, if you put your finger on the name, it goes to the keyboard.
Yeah.
Is that working?
Not on mine. Not on mine.
So tap it and then change name, and then on the name, use your finger.
Yeah, I did that.
Or your pen.
Nothing happens.
Can you try writing with a pen?
Yeah, I can. And I write, nothing happens. I can see what I'm writing, but it doesn't change anything. Oh yeah, now it calls NE.
Because you didn't type properly. Never mind. You know it's outline.
Fuck. Oh, I.
So you've got the renaming stage, if I understand, and it's just not pulling up your keyboard.
No.
Okay, let me
Oh, I
see.
managed to get the outline now, but with handwriting, but I do not get the keyboard.
Okay, I'll have to see. I think Mariana, maybe you were talking about how if you tap it again, it pulls up
Yeah,
for you.
I did that. I did that, and it doesn't show up.
Okay. Are you okay trying just to write it for today?
Yeah, I am. For now,
Okay. Cool.
I would be happy to once see the keyboard, but I have not yet. I'm yet to see it once.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you see a small icon at the bottom right corner, Diana, when you're clicking on outline? It's a small icon.
I see something that a small icon with a pen
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, just click on that. That is the keyboard. I think there is one keyboard, then it says outlined. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll try that
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So does everybody, before we exit out of this, we want to make sure that that outline layer is highlighted blue. Is that highlighted blue for everyone? Cool.
Yes.
Okay. So now we can just exit out. I'm going to tap outside. We can check our brushes. So my paintbrush is right up here. I like to use a pencil texture.
So we're going to brush now.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I'm using the 6B pencil. It's under sketching. It's my favorite.
Okay.
And so once we have a pen that we like, we'll just tap outside of it to get rid of that.
I went to select stroke. It took me to select stroke path.
Does it look like this? For
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you see the done at the top?
Yeah.
Try clicking that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep,
That
I
usually
see
just
that.
happens if you tap on your brush twice. So if I tap on it once it's already selected, it'll bring that up.
Okay.
Yeah. So now that I've added my brushes, we're going to select our color, just right up here. And then if yours looks something a little different, it's probably because one of these other ones are selected. I like to use classic, so I'm going to select classic. And then I want to get a black. So to do black, the bottom two rows are going to be pulled all the way to the left.
And what is the top row?
The top row is your actual color.
When you're ready, let me know. When you're ready, let me know.
It's your color. So you could change the color, but because it's so low on the bottom, it doesn't really change that it's black. That makes sense?
Yep. And everything looks right, except when I start tracing, we've got the same kind of weak opacity. That need to be changed on these
Gotcha.
sliders on the side.
That could be two reasons. It might, if it's on the same layer as your hot chocolate, it's going to show up this opacity. So I check that first.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
My
gonna have
outline
to,
has disappeared.
I
Okay.
have to jump off for a couple of minutes. It's a work emergency.
Okay. Good. Is it on the right layer? for
You're
you?
right. What happened is that I had deleted, and it had deleted my layer as well. You know, I'd gone back because it was white. So indeed, I was on the wrong layer.
It always scares me. I always like to double check before I start drawing because I've like outlined a full drawing and then I go to get rid of the photo reference and they're on the same layer.
Oh, yes, I
Is
think I've done
everybody
that before.
Cool. You can also check your opacities on your pencils too. Mine's lower, so I'm going to bring mine up. And I want something relatively small in size. I think I have mine at 5%, 4%. Oh, that's too small. I like to like kind of test it out and scribble and then undo. I like that. Okay, so this is about 38%. So 30, 40%.
38, the size
For the size.
and the opacity.
Opacity, I have it all the way up.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Does everybody have that? Perfect. Sweet. So now we can just start outlining. I think for mine, it has this chocolate drip coming down. I think I'm just gonna not include that. So I'm just gonna kind of trace over top of it like this.
Oh, good. That's going to make it easier not to include that thing.
Yeah.
So yours is thicker. I find it, I
Oh,
feel
my-
very clumsy with it. Maybe because it's too thin.
Yeah, you can change your thickness to whatever comfortability, you prefer.
Like you see where the handle attaches to the cup. Do you do the line in between the handle and the cup where they attach? You do, right, or not?
Right. I think I will just to be safe.
Okay.
I'm mostly worried about just like the areas where colors change. They're pretty
Right.
close in color. I might just do it for clarity because I think when we're drawing it, we're going to want to draw a little bit of shading kind of right in here. And so then I'll kind of help us remember that.
do you try to have like, you know, on the actual mousse sphere, there are bits that are brown, bits that are white. Do you actually simply outline those areas with a color change, or do you try to have each shape that's a certain color a closed outline so that you can use the tool?
Use the tool.
Use the tool that when it's outlines, it will actually shade it for you.
Usually I don't use that tool.
Okay.
And that's just because, I'll show you here. When I have a shape here, I don't know, have I showed you this, where if you have a solid shape, if I drag it, it'll fill it in. So you can do, let's see. So on here, if you outline something, and as long as the ends meet and there's no gaps in your outline, you should be able to go up by your colors and bring it over into your shape and fill it in.
You need to do something at the bottom first, right?
Yeah, I don't know why it's not doing it. Let me put it on a
I
different.
can't remember what you need to do. You need to touch something either at the top or at the bottom. Is it that select arrow first? No.
Select the arrow first?
You know that arrow? Is it, yes, is it something like this?
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about. Use this
And
tool.
then you drag it.
Got you. Yes, okay. So this is something different. I was confused there for a second. But yeah, so I could do that, but when I kind of have it automatically fill, I get like this perfectly filled shape. And it's totally a preference thing for me, but I really like to have this like grainy texture.
Okay, but I find that when you get the drain texture, the problem is you go over some areas more than others, and then that makes it a different shade, and then it looks odd.
Yeah, that sometimes depends on the opacity and the brush you're using. And I'm pretty okay with having that variety of like darkness. It doesn't tend to bother me too much
because it's more painterly.
Yeah, I think I'm just biased because I'm mostly a painter.
Thank you.
Yeah. I find I spend a lot of time when I'm drawing on Procreate trying to make it feel like I'm painting. But I usually take like less shortcuts because they give you like a ton of shortcuts. But I feel
and then
like
you cannot do it for you, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to do the dripping over the side?
Yes, I was planning on doing that.
Okay.
I haven't quite gotten there yet, though. It's kind of like a puddle down here of chocolate I want to get. There's some really interesting highlights on the chocolate syrup right at the top here. They're like really bright. I'm going to outline those too. Those are pretty important. Usually I don't focus that much on the detail-y stuff, but I feel like that reflection's pretty like telling. It's going to make it feel like it's glossy chocolate. I'll make sure I get that. Same with this one right here. So one more thing that I want to make sure I include on here, which will make sense later on, even though there isn't like a big color change, is I want to actually outline the bottom here where these red lines end and like the blank part of the cup begins. When you guys are done outlining, do you want to give me a thumbs up?
Yeah.
Hello?
Scoop.
Yeah? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Dog's just got the dog out the window.
No problem. Scoop, a question. Oh, you're not going to do each line on the coffee cup, each of the vertical lines?
I'm not. I actually have a fun trick that I'm going to show you guys.
Oh,
I'll
cool.
save
Okay.
the time for those lines.
Okay.
Mhm. And when you guys are done with your outline, you can just go back to your layers right here. And there's a little check mark under layer, and you can uncheck it. Is that working for you guys? Cool, okay. And when you guys are done, do you want to send that to the WhatsApp? I can take a look. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I just did.
I was like, that's perfect timing. Wow. That looks perfect. Yeah, sweet. You have like just the right amount of detail, I think, in your outline. Perfect. Here's Sandra. Also looks good. Very nice. Seasons. Looks good.
It's amazing to me how even when people are tracing the same thing, that it looks different. Everybody puts their stamp on it
Yeah, it's kind of
somehow. It's mark making. It's cool. It's just interesting. Did you guys observe that? I guess it has to do with like where you put it, how hard your mark making is.
Yeah. I feel like the mark making has like tells a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see yours, Abby. That looks good.
These look great.
I'm over at my mom's. she's doing good.
Yes,
Okay.
make sure your mom gets everything. You missed it, Billy, but I just showed, I did a little tour at the beginning. I'm in a friend of mine's studio space because I'm out of town today. And one of them is a potter, a ceramicist, a professional ceramicist. And I just did a tour of that part of the studio. It's pretty amazing.
Ran to use the bathroom.
Oh, well,
I
tell
know.
her.
Okay, I'll tell her.
Shit, so I'm totally just talking to air.
Oh no. She got to see the second half of it. She was pretty impressed. But yeah, I'll let her know. Cool. All right, are you guys ready to start painting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is bring up our reference photo. So we want to have that kind of showing at the same time. So I'm going to go back up to my wrench. And then this time we're going to go under canvas. And then we're going to have reference right down here. I'm going to turn it on and it should pop this up. How is that working for everyone? Good.
Got it.
Cool. So now I'm going to go click on image and then import image. And I should get like a bunch of photos from my camera roll. And then click on that image. How's that working?
Got it.
Sweet.
Done.
So I'm going to want to now move this image somewhere so it's not in the center of my canvas. So I'm going to click on this little gray line at the top, move it to the side. I like to see my whole canvas at once, even if it isn't like taking up the whole screen. So I'm going to pinch my canvas and kind of pull it to the side down here too. So I can see as much of it as I can. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Oh, I see Mariana's outline. Looks good. Sweet. You added the outlines. When we do ours, it might not match perfectly, but I think it'll be totally fine. Cool. So I think for the underpainting, I want it to feel kind of warm. And I'm a big fan of like reds, pinks, and orange underpaintings. I think I would do like a nice orange because we have a lot of blue in the background. So I want to add an orange underpainting. But to do that though, we're going to need to put that underpainting on a separate layer. So I'm going to go back up to my layers. Pull them up this way. Good. And then I'm going to click on the plus sign to add a new layer.
Emma, where do you add the reference photo? I forgot, I'm sorry, really quick.
Oh,
I think Emma froze.
Oh,
It froze.
yeah, I had to jump off to do an emergency work, so I'm totally.
So what we did, Diana, simply we did the tracing on a separate layer.
Yeah, I'll try to. I'm just watching
Just
it
trace
because I
it.
did. Yeah.
In order to trace it, you just create a new layer. You go to your brush, right, to select a pen.
Yeah.
You go to your brush, and you choose. Well, do it. Sketching.
Yeah, no, I can't do it right now. I'm still working.
Oh, I see. And I'll shut up.
It's.
I kind of
there
for a moment, it froze on me. Did I?
Yeah.
Yes, we
Yeah.
noted.
Okay. Cool. What's the last part? Or what did you guys pick here last?
So we went to select the color to find an orange.
Oh, okay. So we're actually we're gonna make sure that we have our layers in order. Do we have a new layer that we added?
Called
Perfect.
underpainting, right?
On painting? Yeah, I haven't named it yet, but that's what I
Oh.
would name it. And then do you guys, is it underneath your outline?
Mm-mm. It
Okay,
should be
so we
right underneath.
We do. So to change where it's at, I can just kind of click on it like this and hold it. You kind of have to hold it for a while. And then it'll get small and I can kind of shuffle it around and move it around on the layers. I'll do that again here. So hold it.
So it's going to live
and drag it
under
down.
the outline above layer one.
Yes.
So can you repeat the order of layers, Emma?
Yeah, so I have outline, then we have our underpainting one. Right now it says layer 3. And then the last one should be our image.
Okay.
Yeah.
So outline goes first.
Yes.
And then can you tell me again how to get the reference photo in?
Yeah, so you're gonna wanna go to the wrench
Okay.
and then make sure it's under canvas.
Okay.
And then there's a little like on and off switch.
Okay.
You can click on that.
Uh-huh.
And then it should have like import image if you touch it.
Uh-huh.
And then you can select your photo.
Okay.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
Is the photo purely for reference, that reference, or are you going to use it to get colors as well?
I think we should try doing the color palette thing today if you guys are feeling up to it.
But do I need the reference in order to do the color palette? Because could I have a reference on my iPhone nearby instead?
Yeah, so as long you're gonna import the photo, but if you want to have it on your iPhone, you can do that. It shouldn't be an issue for that.
I mean, it's simply to look at, right? You're not going to extract anything from it, is what I'm asking.
I think today we can try importing like a color palette and.
But could you not do that from the photo layer?
You could. It's just a lot more work because you have to go turn on the layer, make sure the opacity is all the way up, select the color, then turn off the layer and then paint
Oh.
it. So you could. It's just a lot of extra steps.
So right now we should have clicked on the outline and the underpainting layers.
Yeah, so now the layer for underpainting selected right now.
Only the, but I have marked the outline to see the outline as well, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you just do the palette from that one image?
You can.
The palette from the image? Oh,
You
yeah.
know, instead of color by color.
You can.
Yeah, we can. So that's what I was thinking of doing today. We'll import like a palette of the colors and then we can use that palette. But we can get to that part next.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's pick out our underpainting color first. So I would just want to make sure that the layer is selected. Mine says layer 3. If you want to label yours underpainting, might help.
Okay.
And then I'm going to select my colors and I want to go under classic. So I really like to use classic because it lets me think in color theory a little bit. I know I want something warm and orangey. So I'm going to turn this upper dial to something in these like warm orangey tones. I'm going to put it kind of right in the center there. I like to have really saturated underpaintings because I feel like they make the colors on top, even if they're more muted, kind of vibrate. So I'm going to bring up the second dial, which is my saturation, way to the side. And then the last dial here is going to be how light or dark this color is. I'm going to give it, I want to keep it pretty light, I think.
Emma, can you repeat what these sliders represent once? All these 3 sliders?
Yeah, I'm going to still zoom in here so you guys can see them a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Does that look good?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this topmost slider, this is going to be your colors or your like the warmth, coldness of the colors, kind of how I like to think of it a little bit. It's basically just your hue. So however I slide it here is going to change the color that way. And I know I want something warm, kind of red and orangey. So I'm going to put it over on this end. The second dial is my saturation. So the further over here, the paler and closer to white it gets. And I want this pretty saturated for an underpainting. Okay. And then the last one is how light or dark it is. So how close to black, how like vibrant it is. And I would probably put it like maybe 75% down here.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That was helpful.
Yeah. I'm going to zoom out here again. Okay. So now what we can do is I can just hold on to the little circle up here and drag it down, and it's going to follow my pen. And then if I let go, it's going to fill in my canvas.
Oh, that's an easy underpainting.
Right? Can't do it. Is that working for you? So try closing out of your colors. Yep.
Can you repeat it, Emma, please?
A little longer. Now try. Try it again. You might be holding it too long now. There you go. All right. So now we're going to want to add a new layer. So I'm going to select outline. So when I add a new layer on here, it's going to stack on top of whatever layer I have selected. So because outline is selected, when I click the plus sign, my new layer is going to go on top of it. And I want this layer to be my topmost layer. So
Should we get a couple peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
And what do we call it?
I'm going to rename this one color blocking. That's my dad, if you guys want.
He
Oh.
loved.
Yeah.
We're gonna get sandwiches, huh?
Yeah. Sounds pretty good. Not gonna lie. Yeah, so I'm going to call this one color blocking. And then I'm done. I can click return.
So cool.
Yeah. Does that work for you guys?
Yeah.
Cool. So the brush I have right now, this pencil, I think is way too small to start doing these like big color blocky strokes. I was thinking we could try one of the painting brushes. I don't know if you've tried these ones yet. So I'm going back into my brushes. I'm going to click on painting. And I like to use the acrylic. So I'm going to click on acrylic. Ooh, let's do wet acrylic. That looks kind of fun.
Wet, yeah, wet is good.
And then I'm going to exit out. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to import that color palette. Are you guys good to this point? Sweet. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my colors. And at the bottom, the very last option says palettes. And I'm going to click on that. These have all of my painting palettes. And then I'm going to click this little plus sign up at the top. Do you guys all have that?
Mhm.
Perfect. And then it's going to say new from photos at the bottom. And that's the one I want.
Mhm.
I think you're good. The only thing I would add is I would add a line here so you can see where your red outlines start and stop.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Did you guys get a palette that looks something like this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's not going to be exactly the same as mine, but we're going to get like, I'd say like the medium of them together should be pretty close.
Why is that it's not exactly the same?
I think it's just because it's like computer generated. It just samples randomly a bunch of colors on the photo. So my iPad might be different colors, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
Sort of.
I'm going to rename it. So I'm going to click on the name and I'm going to call it hot chocolate. Does that work for you guys?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So I think I want to lay down some of my background colors first, I think that's the way I want to go. So I want to take maybe some of these darker colors on the side right over here. And I want to see what color kind of fits that closest on my palette. And I think this one does. So I'm going to select this one. And I just see which one feels like it's the closest for you.
It's a blue, it's like a blue gray, dark gray blue, something like that.
Mm-hmm. And so
Sorry, Emma, for which part of the photo can you point again?
yeah, it's this kind of upper left corner.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how big my brush is. Let's take a look. Okay.
And now we should build a layer of color blocking, right?
Yep. Yeah, let's double check. Make sure that's highlighted blue. It would be a bummer to color it all
Put it
in.
somewhere else,
Yeah.
which we've done before.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I want to change my brush size to something a little bit bigger. Let's say 30%.
Okay.
You're using.
I'm using, if you go to brushes and then painting and then wet acrylic.
Okay.
It's up at the top, right there. Yeah.
And then what size?
You didn't click on it. 30%.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit and now I can kind of start blocking in
30%.
that dark gray.
Okay,
It should be pretty big.
I got it.
Yeah, okay.
Mine comes out really pale for some reason, even though I picked a dark. Is it because the opacity is wrong? Or...
I would check. My opacity is at 100%.
Ah, now you're talking. Okay.
You also have to push the pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it, Sandra. I have the same thing. You have to push harder
Thank
with
you.
the pencil.
It's amazing to think that even though it's digital, it's sensitive about this. Because it's really thick, it gets a bit into the mousse. It doesn't matter, right? We can overlay it.
I don't know.
I think I'm actually going to cover the whole background with this color. And then
Even though it's lighter in the photo on the right.
yeah, because then what I can do is I can take my lighter color and just kind of like put it on top. I think that I like the idea of doing that because that light color is a little bit like grainy. So if we use like a textured kind of brush, it'll have this dark surface kind of come up over top of the light colors. I'm also noticing now that this gray, it's still pretty dark, but it's not quite as dark as the side on the image. Is that true for you guys too?
Yeah, it's kind of bluish.
Yeah, so what I can do now is the palette is a nice like starting off point. I do have a darker color I can use. I can also change that color. Let's just go, do you guys have a darker color than that on your palette? Like almost a black? Let's use that color. Let's do that. So I'm gonna click on that. And then your pen, it's like surface, or like the pressure will be like affecting how light it comes. I want to press really lightly
On top of it.
on top of it. And I can even like kind of progressively push lighter and lighter. And I can start to get like some nice gradients. And I want to have it transition from those darks to more of those medium grays. So I can push harder maybe on this side, and then as I go to the other side, I'll progressively push lighter. Get these like nice soft colors. There's another dark area kind of behind the handle a little bit.
How are you managing to keep your color outside the cup? I mean, mine is just going.
Same here.
It's not perfect. If I zoom in, you can see it still like goes over a little bit.
Doesn't matter because we can lay on top, right?
Yeah, I'm not overly concerned about it. I just don't want to like not my lines anymore, if that makes sense. It's kind of nice because it's digital. Like if I were working with watercolor or like other paints, that color underneath would affect it more. But like just because it's on the iPad, I can just cover it up and you never know that there's a darker color underneath it. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm having the same issue. I'm going in with my eraser, and then I also just made my brush size a little smaller.
Yeah, no, that's like definitely a good way of doing it. Yeah, I might do the same here too, actually. Get my eraser out. How is that coming for you guys?
It's a bit ugly, but maybe it get better. Oh, whose nice clock is this?
That's my clock. Goes every 15 minutes.
Oh dear.
I love that.
I have one of those. I never wind it because of that.
Yeah.
I like it. My grandfather had a clock like this, and there was a jeweler in the street that had it. And then I realized Big Ben, that sounded Big Ben actually.
Yeah. It's been going off my entire life. I feel like I don't
Yeah,
even...
exactly. I love that.
Yeah. kind of funny. I think I've just like, I'm so used to it. I don't even register it as a noise anymore.
No, you get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Do we have those darker colors down? Where would it be?
we made a mistake.
I'm slow doing this.
I think I want to add a few of these lighter blues in the background. Are you guys, do you think you're ready for that part?
I added them at the bottom because there's like this beautiful frosty blue at the bottom.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go to that paint palette and see if I can find a color similar to that.
Whose dog is that?
Yeah, who's beastie is it?
Introduce him.
I haven't. This is my dog. Do you want to meet him?
Oh, you
Yeah.
guys will like this. Emma has a new puppy.
Oh, let's see.
Show it. Come on. You better take a moment here. I'm going to stop and spotlight this so you guys can see. Here she is.
Oh, this
my
big with the
cockapoo.
name.
Cockapoo.
This is a cockapoo. His
Oh,
name
that's like my Zoe.
It's a boy.
My Zoe is the same.
boy.
Zoe's a
And when you-
cockapoo? I didn't know that.
What's
I
his
thought you
name?
were a terrier.
And how old is he?
His name is Ollie.
And how
He's-
old is he?
He's 15 months old.
15 weeks.
Wow.
Or sorry. So he's,
Oh my
15 weeks.
gosh.
he's very
15 weeks, right?
And when did you get him?
We got him on Friday.
Oh my
So-
goodness.
And he's
Yeah.
15 months old, so somebody didn't want him?
Oh, he's
15 weeks.
Sorry?
He's
15 weeks.
She said
3 weeks.
Or
No,
15.
15 weeks.
15 weeks. Oh.
I missed it there.
So he's 5 months old.
Yeah.
He's a little new soul. He's a new soul.
Oh, sweet.
Aw.
Very cute.
He never barks except right now.
Mhm.
Sometimes he forgets who people are, and I think if you walk into the room, he's like, "Oh, who are you?" And he'll bark a little bit. He's just been sitting down here, hanging out.
How is your puppy doing, Lisa?
This is mine,
Let's see.
Zoe.
Oh,
Where's my Zoe? I want to see my Zoe. Where is
Aw.
she? Oh, wait, here, hold
Lucky
on. I'm
Zoe.
going to add the spotlight.
Zoe.
Hi, baby.
But she's a terrier, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's
Mhm.
a terrier cross.
Oh, Rashmi, she's become
And what
such
about
a
you,
sweet
Lisa?
dog.
She has calmed down so much.
Yeah.
Okay, Lisa, let's show us Chester. Is he around?
He's not, he's in the living room.
Okay. Maybe
Yeah, I
she-
can't really get
Go
to him,
and show us.
but he's,
You can't go
Oh.
and show us?
oh, no, well, then I have to unplug my computer and everything.
No,
I'll-
no, all right. He'll
Oh,
come
okay.
in.
I'll send a picture on the thread. How about that?
There
Okay,
you
cool.
go. Chester.
How old is he?
He's good. He's about 1.5 years.
Okay.
But he does the same thing, Emma, where I think he forgets people. Like sometimes I walk in a room and he'll
Like,
kind
who
of
are
growl at
you?
me. I'm like, it's me. You know me.
Well,
my dad.
Sandy still barks at Frank.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes me feel better because I'm like, what is wrong with this dog? So anyway, I will
The hand that feeds you.
shoot you guys a quick photo. But yeah, we've had him about a month, but I'm like, you should know me by now.
No, that's how this guy is.
Is he, has,
Okay, there he is. I just sent
Let's
you a
see.
picture of him in the car yesterday.
has he learned that you do your business outside?
Oh, he's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
What
Yeah,
is he?
he's about, I would say 80% house trained now.
He's part
okay.
hunting dog, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
So he
Yeah,
needs
I
to walk a
definitely-
lot.
I definitely
Have
want
you
to paint
done
him
the
at some point.
Yeah, you have to do the DNA.
Yeah.
He's he probably needs to walk a lot if he's a hunting dog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He loves to walk. As soon as we get his leash out, he gets very excited.
I used to have a cat who got very excited when I got the leash out. He used to go out on walks.
You used to walk your cat on a leash?
Yeah, in London because I didn't have a garden. And at first he hated the leash, but he had a little harness. But then he loved it so much. As soon as he saw the leash, he was so excited. I had to hide it.
That's so funny.
I used to take him to the park and he used to chase ducks and squirrels.
Oh my God.
I used to take him on the bus.
Oh my gosh. All right. Pet break.
That was fun. I love to see all of them. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we were gonna add
These
these lighter
beasts.
blues, right? So I'm gonna go back to my color palettes, and I'm gonna try to take a blue that kind of matches this side right here. I think this one's the closest. So I'd see which one feels like it fits the most there. And then I can, once again, kind of push really lightly to get it to blend. And sometimes I feel like this transition is a little too strong. So even if I'm pushing really light and it still feels like it's too strong, what I like to do is I'll sample this color. So I'll just hold it down with my finger and I can go back over top of it like this. And I can,
I don't completely understand that.
and if I still feel like it's not quite right, I can sample the color in between this range and do it again. And just kind of doing that on repeat will make a really soft edge.
To make a soft edge, you basically use your finger, is that it?
Kind of. So what I'm doing is I'm taking like this light color, and if it looks a little too harsh, I'll have that color that's kind of in between. So it's in between this color and this color. So I'll sample it like this, and then I can lay it on top like that.
Oh, because when you sample it, that's what it turns into.
Yeah, it picks out that new color. So I'm just gonna keep doing that. I see some of these light areas up in the top over here.
Because
There's some over by the handle.
I'll email you information.
Okay. And then there's also some like right over here that I want to add.
okay.
How's that looking for you guys?
Having trouble blending a bit, but
Mhm.
even though that finger thing works. So it doesn't look as nicely blended as you want, but it will do. Gosh.
Do you want me to go over that blending again?
Yeah, please. That would be good.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it on, I'm gonna hide this so it's less distracting. We can just look at the colors here. So what I like to do is I have, let's say like this dark color over here. Like this. And I have a light color on top of it right over here. So when I want to blend these, I'm going to take my light color and I'm going to really softly kind of lay it down. But I still feel like it's not blended very well. So now I have like this medium color in between the two. So what I can do is I can hold down my finger and sample this medium color. And then I can lay it
Hmm.
like
Okay.
this. I can do it over and over again, kind of like this. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yes, but it's easier said than done. But it's okay. Okay. I like that actually. That was to get the color like this with a finger. Oh, Diana, I see somebody's face.
Yeah. She bugs me.
I got kicked off there for a second.
I thought you suddenly changed position. You know, like when you're looking at the grid of everybody on the class, you change position.
There we go. Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know why I did that, but sweet. Okay. So the last area we're probably going to want to add in the background is the white. Are you guys ready for that?
Yeah.
The
So
only
the
thing
white color
is,
is a little.
I can't seem to. When I look at the pin, I see you as opposed to the image.
Yeah. I think that's gone out of focus. Or yeah, I can now see only Sandra. I mean, I can only see the people who are talking.
The person who's talking and not. So
Yeah.
the switch to the active speaker is no longer on your painting, but it's on whoever is talking. And now we've lost Emma completely.
Hey, guys, did we lose Emma for a minute?
Sort of. We still
Oh,
see a
that's
name, but we don't see
happened.
the image.
All right, let me find out what's going on. I'll do a little fact finding. There she is.
Ah, good.
Ah,
So now,
what happened,
the
Emma?
active-
I don't know. It keeps freezing on me and then it kicks me out of the meeting.
That's weird. Well, you're the co-host. Well, anyway, here, let me.
how do you make it on? Oh, that's it. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. That's what we
Yes,
wanted.
got it. That's what you want. Yes, I figured. I'm here. Here to help.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we're ready. Ready.
All right, I don't know what's happening, so I'm going to make a quick phone call to Emma to find out if I can help her troubleshoot. Hang in there, you guys. We'll be right back.
So,
Okay. Sorry about that. Where is everybody at?
I think everyone just went to get some
Okay.
coffee or take a stretch.
Cool. Hang out for a little bit. Let's see.
This was so annoying that I had to work, but shit happens.
it's still hot, but I can open the window. Okay, there you go. Leon, come. You can sit by the window. It's too hot. Too hot to go outside, Monsieur Leon.
can sit in the window. I don't want to. Oh, here we go, right here. See, you can feel the heat. Yes, and it's really hot. How about the Leo sits right here? See? The Leo can sit right here.
So Lisa, oh,
Yeah.
we're recording. We're recording. Never mind. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Although I guess this all will be cut out.
You want to text me?
I can do that. I'll do that when I'm done with what I'm doing.
Or yeah, or just call me later.
I love your dog, Lisa.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yeah.
How big, how tall is he?
He's
Like, is it up to your
he's a
knee or higher?
medium-sized dog. He's about 45 pounds. Yeah, we got him about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and you know.
So does he get up to your knee or higher?
A little higher than my knee,
Okay.
I guess.
That's a nice size.
Yeah, it is. He's about 10 pounds smaller than our last dog, which was about what I wanted. Our last dog got bigger than we thought, but this dog is supposed to be full grown. He's like 1.5 years or 2 years old, and the vet said he's full grown. So.
How did you find such a nice dog? Somebody didn't adopt him.
We got so lucky. He was I'd been following all these rescue groups on Instagram, you know, they post all these pictures, and I just saw him, and he looks a lot like our last dog, and he was
He really does. He really
He looked
does.
more, I thought your last dog was more like a golden retriever.
No, he was a hound. I mean, his face is a little
He
different,
was a hound, okay.
but the spots on his face and on his body are very similar.
I only saw your picture, your painting of him rather than a photo.
Yeah, it's really weird. And when I saw him online, I thought he looked a little like our last dog. And then when the rescue group brought him to our house, I was like, oh my God, he looks just like Cooper. but 10 pounds smaller. I mean, his face is shaped different. But he was a street dog in Mexico. He was
oh wow,
rescued down there, and they brought him up to LA. So
you're giving him a good life.
Yeah.
He's gonna know he's rescued. They do.
I think so. I mean, at first, I don't blame him. They just, they drove him up. He was in San Diego for a while, and they drove him up and just dropped him at our house. And he's like, what the heck? And he would just like hide, he'd hide in our bedroom, wouldn't come downstairs, but he's definitely warmed up.
Oh, thing. Yeah.
So he's very sweet, but yeah, he has issues. He needs training. We're working on training him.
Good. I'm glad cats come fully trained.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mom trains them to go to the village for free.
Oh wow.
I don't have
It's
time.
fantastic. You don't have any issues like that.
Yeah. That's
the only
really
problem
nice.
is if they separate them from a mom too early.
I guess my dog needs to go out. This is a complete circus today.
So we're ready. I guess once Rashmi comes back on.
Yeah,
I'm already here.
I'll be back.
Oh, okay.
I never went away.
Oh, you just hit your camera. Okay, we're ready.
Sweet, let's do it. All right, so let's add these white areas right underneath the mug. So we're gonna go to our color palette. It's tempting to pick like my brightest white,
Like that.
but I think I'm gonna try to take something a little bit lighter than that. There's this kind of light blue that I wanna like, and I think that's just as light as I want it. So I'll show you it.
And we're still on the underpainting?
This is
We're on the color blocking.
Or color blocking.
Yeah. I also think that my brush is a little too big. I'm going to take it down maybe 10%, maybe 15. And we can start laying down some of these colors here. I like to start pressing really light and then kind of get progressively darker. And to get
It's got like a dotting effect, like on the photo.
oh, to do like a, oh,
I
that's
don't know how
good.
we can do that.
We could try if you tap the screen with your brush. It kind of has like a little grainy texture.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah. That feels like painting to me. I feel like that's something you would do with an actual paintbrush on a painting. And I can change the size of the brush to get like, something like that. And I kind of went fast there, so there's no rush, but when you guys are done, do you want to send me a photo?
Okay.
Tu troca.
Yeah.
No te lo quitas,
Oh, where's the Procreate from? Different machine.
Oh, I see one. Oh yeah, that looks nice.
Oh, we'll see, but it's fun. It's easier than the previous one, so maybe we're getting easier and we're getting better.
It's crazy to me how much it looks like it's that it's a painting. Like it looks like there's actual brush strokes and things like that. Oh, here's Rashmi's. Yeah, that's looking good. If you want to try adding like a softer gradient to the background, you can play around a little bit with your blending tool.
Okay.
And you could set it to that wet acrylic and then really push things around with that if you want to try that as well.
Nice.
Yeah. And you guys can all do that. Here's Lisa. Also looking good. I really like the areas where those like reds kind of peek through the blues. I feel like it makes them kind of like vibrate.
I think that was probably an accident, but thank you.
Oh yeah, here's Mariana's. This looks good. I'm here. Really nice, guys. Oh, Sandra, your cat.
This is Lion. He'd like to be outside, but there's a heat wave. And also that he tends to escape. That would be distracting.
Yeah.
So I opened the window for him.
Just looks so longingly out the window.
Lion. Lion.
Oh, Abby.
No,
That's
happy.
good. Perfect. I might take a look, Abby, at on your reference photo, the shape of this shadow right under the mug. Do you see that? It kind of has this like Y tipped on its side kind of shape.
Oh, I didn't realize we'd done the shadow yet. Have we done the shadow?
Oh, so the shadow is kind of put there by default by drawing the light.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I forgot it.
Yeah.
It was by default because you were wise and didn't run over it. You mean?
Great. Are you guys feeling ready for the next part?
Yep.
Perfect. Let's do it. So the next thing I think we should add is let's do the body of our cup. And then I can show you.
Are we still on the same layer?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to add the white on the cup, and then I'll show you guys a pretty fun trick to do these red lines. So let's move to take one of our lighter colors. I like to take a dark color and then add my light colors on top of it. So I'm going to kind of take one of these gray tones, something like this. I'll lay it down so you can see it. It's kind of that kind of gray.
How can I see it? How can I see it?
Can you see it now?
Yep.
Perfect. I can also kind of start using a smaller brush for this. So I'm going to use something in the 30s.
I don't know how to put your B. You know how to put the screen of the drawing, Emma's drawing B in the screen?
Oh, is it? Can you say it again one more time?
No, I just want to see your drawing bigger in the Zoom because
It is already like that. If you need to press switch to gallery. Oh no, switch to active speaker, I think.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you see it now? Okay.
Yeah, but I couldn't see the color. Can you select the color again? Sorry, Emma.
Of course. It's this one right here. I can see it.
Okay, the second gray. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm just gonna start laying this down. And I'm gonna cover the whole cup.
We're just gonna do the background of the color of the mug, right? The whole
Yeah.
mug? The whole mug? Okay.
I chose purposely a color that's darker than the mug, so I can add some light colors on top, and then like my shadows are kind of already there, if that makes sense.
Oh.
I want to be a little bit careful with my edges here. I wasn't before, but we're starting to get to the final, edges that's actually going to be there. So I made my brush a little bit smaller so I'm able to get more clean lines. And if I don't like a line, I can carve away a little bit there.
I think there's a turpentine brush. Ooh, paints with turpentine. It should be under the erasers. Oh. Something went wrong.
Something went wrong.
I changed brushes and it changes the look completely.
Oh yeah. It's definitely fun. Like I recommend playing around with different brushes. Maybe next time we can try to use like a few different brushes in the same painting.
Yes, now it will be better.
Mhm. They all have like their own different like effects. I usually like to do kind of like a nice soft painterly brush for this kind of stuff. And then towards the end, I'll move to more of like an inking brush that has like cleaner lines for details.
Oops.
How is that working for you guys?
Okay, I just need to clean mine up a little. I feel like I've gone over the lines a lot.
Yeah, so what I was doing to clean my lines up, as I have my smaller brush, and then if I kind of went over the edge here like, a little bit, I like to sample this color right next to it. And then I can come back in
Oh.
and clean that up. Are you guys ready to start adding our next light color to them?
No.
Yeah, can we have 2 more minutes?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
a bit more clumsy with the tool when you are.
Oh.
Sometimes I get carried away. I'm like,
It's more slippery than a pen. It doesn't feel like a brush. Even though I got this paper texture you mentioned, you told us about.
yeah, I was going to ask, do you like the paper texture?
Well, I like it better than the glass, but
Yeah.
it doesn't quite feel like paper either.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it, I mean, the style, the pen is still slippery on it. It feels better under the fingers.
Yeah. I feel like they're definitely like the surface difference like is very hard to get used to.
Yeah, it's, but having said that, when I switched from pastels to paint, I found I was very clumsy with a brush. Now I don't feel like that. So I think it's just a matter of getting used to it. I hope.
Yeah.
So let's see yours. Yes, you did okay. It looks similar. So okay.
Yeah, I remember like when I first got the iPad, I didn't have the screen protector on it either, so it's like very slick. And then I got the paper screen protector for the first time this year. So I've been writing on the glass and drawing on the glass for like several years at that point. And it was really weird. I felt like it was like tugging at the pen. Like I was just so used to like it just sliding around.
Wow. Whereas for me, it still feels slightly better, but still incredibly slippery. Okay. Kind of, yeah. You know, there's an orange lip at the top of a cup. Are we going to bother with that?
Yeah, we can definitely do that. I think that's one of like smaller details that's going to be towards the end. But yeah. How are we feeling Are we feeling ready
I'm
for
okay
the next
now.
step?
I'm ready now. I don't know.
Yeah,
about
I think
everybody
I'm
else.
ready.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm just gonna select my next color then. And I'm gonna take like a pretty much the whitest color I have on my palette.
Okay.
And then we can fill that in. Oh, excuse me. On this kind of left side. And it's the brightest on the left side, and it kind of gets progressively a little bit darker. So I can do that with my pen where I push the hardest on that side. And then I soften it over. And if that color sampling technique is kind of hard for you guys to get that blended, you can also try using the blending tool right over here, which is under here. The blending tool, I did the wet acrylic too. And you can come in here and maybe soften some of those edges. You might like to try that.
Looks very nice.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so sorry I can't participate, but I'm kind of watching.
Okay. Well, it's disappointing though that you have to work.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, that's
That's that horrible job.
it's not a horrible job. It's just that it's pretty intense right now.
Mm.
I don't think I've stopped before 11 o'clock any night.
Oh wow. What do you?
Oh my God. When is the thing?
June 25th. It's going to be like this until then.
Still 1 month of hell.
Yeah, but then I can relax for a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks only.
Yeah, maybe 3. You know, then we're going into the next one.
Oh, that's the thing. It's never ending.
Yeah, I know. Before it used to be just 1 a year. Now it's 2. So in the olden days, I could take a month. I could take a month off basically after the award, and then I could take off during Christmas and New Year, which I still take like a week off over Christmas and New Year, but it's more intense now. It's okay.
Well, Diana's a victim of her own success.
But you
because-
make twice the money. I mean, not you personally, but the club.
That's funny, Lisa.
Well, because you've made our events so successful that they involve a lot more work.
And you make twice the money for the club by doing that, I think, too.
Yeah. That is correct.
You can understand the pressure.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we're in good shape. The club is in good shape. But I do need writers for our magazine. So that's one thing, Lisa, we have to talk about for the program book.
Okay.
I want to point out this area here of the mug. I'm going to zoom in on my photos. Can you guys see that okay?
Yes.
These areas right here, we're going to want to have them pretty bright. But then I want to take maybe a darker shadow color again. My brush pretty small. The shadows right, not dark enough. Right in here, in this little corner here, right there. And then there's a tiny shadow on the back end here. I'll zoom in even more. Can you see
So
that?
you've gone quite a bit darker for the shadows.
Yeah, quite a bit darker. I think those are going to help that handle feel really three-dimensional. If I zoom out, hopefully you can see that. And I'll keep that zoomed in a little bit.
Where did you find that, Sunny? That's not for you. Oh, you little monster.
A quick question, Emma. Are we like how much? We're about 15 minutes till the end of class. Are we going to be done? I have a feeling we're not going to be done by the end of class. Do you want to go another 15 minutes?
I was going to say that. I share that feeling as well.
All right. So
Yeah.
maybe let's see. So guys, we're going to go till 15 past the hour. And then whatever we don't get done, Emma and I will do a second video to finish. And so we'll post them. That will be posted and available for anybody to look at free later on in the week. But let's go till
Oh shit, sorry.
quarter past. Let's go another
I know
half
that
hour.
feeling, Sandra.
Yeah, Sandra, totally. I'm with you.
I'm trying to delete one color, but it deletes one underneath as well if you rub it.
Oh my
yeah.
God, this looks so delicious, by the way. They're making me hungry. Okay, popping off now.
And you're in the right place for that, Leah.
Oh, what was that?
Exactly. I'm in a really gorgeous little coffee shop where I could totally get something like
You
this. if
could
I
have
wanted.
one of these.
I could totally have one of those.
That sounds so good.
No, Sammy. No.
How are we feeling with these handles and the?
Can you repeat the information on the handle shadow, please, Emma?
Yeah. So I'm going to zoom in here. Can you see this okay?
Yeah, I see it. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
So something that I think will help make the handle look really three-dimensional is I added these really bright white highlights here and here. And then I would say the most like effective shadows would be there's a dark area, a little triangle under the
Yes.
handle. And then right on this edge here, there's also a pretty dark shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we try to find that color from the reference picture, right?
Yep. So I would go to the reference or the color palette and look for one of these like darker bluish colors.
Okay.
See how you feel about it. Sometimes I feel like the color looks a lot different when it's laid down than when it's on the palette. So often I like test it out first.
Yeah.
That's so clumsy. Okay.
Will we make the lines on that cup now? After
No,
this?
so if you would like, do you mean the outlines?
No,
Or
those vertical
No, I mean
lines
those
that you said
stripes.
you'll use a trick. Yeah, those stripes, yes.
yes, if you guys are ready, we can do that next.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
I have a morning shift tomorrow and it's almost 11:30 in the night here. So I would like to, yeah, I'll log out. I mean, I'll just leave the meeting in 10 minutes. I don't think I'll be able to stay the extra 15 minutes.
Cool. We can see, I bet, we'll see if we can get it done because this is kind of fun. We'll do our best. So what we want to do these outlines is I'm going to add a new layer above color blocking. You guys all see that?
Yep. What do we call it?
Right now, let's not name this one yet.
Okay.
It'll make sense here. So then we're gonna pick out our red color. So I'm gonna go back to my colors, pick out, let me check my outline. Like this, like orangey.
It's almost the color of independence, no?
Yeah, it's pretty much almost exactly the same.
It's like this color is like a maroonish.
Okay, and I'm gonna change my pen size down to 2% so I can get these really thin lines. And now what we're gonna do is we're not at all gonna worry about the curve of these lines. In fact, we wanna make a perfectly straight line. So I'm gonna draw a line and I'm gonna hold it and it should make this kind of straight line. And then I'm gonna let go right about there.
You're still in the wet acrylic, right?
Yes.
And we're only on the new layer, right?
Yep. You only want that new layer.
So we're gonna go line by line, doing it straight. Right.
Did you guys get that one straight line?
No, I'm sorry. I've done it before. I can't. Can you demonstrate how to get the straight line again?
Yeah, so I'm gonna draw the line and it can be a little wiggly.
Yeah.
And then I will just hold it when I get to the end of the line.
Okay, when you get to the end.
Mhm.
Okay,
It's
got
not,
it. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't see the line for some reason.
I would check where your layer is at.
Oops.
If it's
Ah,
underneath?
it is indeed in the wrong place, of course.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah, we want that to be at the very top.
Okay.
So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this layer and we're gonna swipe it to the left. It's gonna give us some options.
Duplicate.
And I'm gonna-
Duplicate.
Duplicate, yeah. So now it looks like nothing happened, but that's because they're directly on top of each other. So we just wanna move our line over. So to do that, I'm gonna click on my arrow. It's gonna select that line.
Mhm.
And now I can just drag it to the side.
Oh,
Sweet.
Yeah.
I just made them all.
And then when you're done, you just want to deselect and click that arrow again. And it should
Okay,
settle. Do we all have two lines?
Yes.
Can you
When I move
repeat
it to
that
the
once
left,
again, please?
when I move it to
Sorry.
the left, it also gets taller.
It gets taller. Oh,
It's tall.
oh, you might be changing the size of your line.
How do I not do that? It's
Are you
exactly what
move it by clicking on the line itself?
is that what I'm supposed to do?
Try, instead of touching the line, just touching the screen. So you don't actually have to touch the line.
Eesh. Okay, let me try again.
Okay.
Should we do
Duplicate.
Can you repeat that once again, Emma? How did you make that? I mean, I could go till I remember till duplicating, and then how did you move the line?
Okay, I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna zoom in a bit.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
So it's gonna look like nothing happened because the lines are on top of each other. So I'm gonna click on this blue arrow and it's gonna select that new line.
Oh.
And now?
And then I can touch anywhere on my screen. I actually don't want to touch the line itself. I'll just go up here and then I can drag that line around.
Well done.
Okay, I think I got it now.
You did.
So now we've got two lines.
Yes, so now we have two lines, but these two lines are on a different layer. So I can hide them and you can see that they're on a different layer. So we want
Right.
them on the same layer. So there's two ways of doing this. The first one is you can tap on the upper one. And then on your list of options, there's one that says merge down.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's going to put them on the same layer. Another way you can do it is I'll double. So now I just undoed. So another way you can do it is you can actually pinch the two layers together with your fingers.
Oh, wow.
So I'll do that again so you can see it.
And now so how do we make many of these?
So now we'll duplicate those two. And then
Sorry, Emma, I'm not getting it. I'm sorry. This is just confusing me.
where are you at right now?
So I duplicated it, and then I'm stuck after that. I mean, what do I do after that?
Okay.
TV, I send a stopwatch.
Oh, Leah, we
Did things stop or so I just saw that my my computer lost power, so I'm back on. Did we miss much?
not much. I started recording it. I can.
Yeah.
After.
I think we're
noticed
okay.
it. We noticed it, so I
Yeah.
must be recording.
Okay, great. You're awesome. Keep on going.
Okay. So Rashmi, so you duplicated it, and you're having not.
Yeah, now I mean the lines, I can't change it, and I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
So
Do you mind if I can see your screen?
1 second.
Okay.
I'll show you 1 second.
Isn't there an easier way of doing this?
I haven't discovered one. The good news is that each time we'll merge it down so it increases like exponentially. So you only have to do it
But
like,
each time they tend to change the size, which is annoying.
yeah.
Not for me.
Well done.
I found it kind of easy.
As soon as I
once.
drag, they go up and down as well.
They usually
So I could do till here, and now I'm struggling after this.
okay, let's see. So you have two
In
layers.
moving the lines, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hide this and do it again with you. Real quick. Okay, so we have this and we've duplicated it.
Yeah,
So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna click on this little arrow,
yeah.
and so this will let me move it around. I actually, it's kind of counterintuitive. I don't want to touch this line when I move it.
Mhm.
I'm actually gonna touch away from it. So I'm gonna touch my screen over here, and then I'm just gonna drag it
Okay.
over.
Got it. Thank you.
Does that work?
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Oh, no,
it
you're
did.
good. It feels counterintuitive, like not to pick up the line when you like move it. Yeah, and so to set that,
Yeah.
you're gonna click on that arrow.
Just click on that arrow. Yes. Yeah.
And then did you catch how to merge your layers together?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, perfect. So
Just click on N and merge down there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah. So now that we have these together on the same layer, I'm going to swipe to the side and duplicate it. And then we're going to do the exact same thing. So then I'm going to click the arrow, slide it over, and then click the arrow again. And now we have 4 lines. And now go back and merge down. That was a little fast. Did you guys, is that working?
No.
No, just as I said, it was easy and I got it. Now I'm not getting it.
Because the problem is now, instead of picking up 2 lines, he picks up like all the lines.
Mhm. So now you're going to want to, did you duplicate it?
Yeah.
So you duplicated it. I'll go back.
This is just so annoying.
So we have it duplicated, right? And then I'm going to click on the arrow
Oh, the arrow.
and then drag it over. Find how I want it. And then click on the arrow again.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. It's like an arrow sandwich.
It looks delicious.
Sandwiches and hot chocolate. Is that working for you, Sandra?
I'm just doing them manually. Just driving me insane because now since I moved them to the left, some of them are outside the cup.
Oh, that's we'll be able to move them around. So we're
Yeah,
not.
no, I have the problem, Sandra, too, where the bottom of them, they're too long and so they go outside the cup. You know, when you get toward the edge, are we just going to have to erase them?
Yeah, I'll show you. We're not going to worry about that too much yet.
Okay.
So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to merge it down, duplicate.
The rubber doesn't work. Oh, I hate you, the machine.
My lines are totally going off my mug.
Oh, good. So you can show us how to delete them.
I think I have too many lines. Let's see.
See, with you, it does the same thing as well, right? It picks up several at a time.
Yeah.
We want it to do that actually, because then it goes by a lot faster to make a bunch of lines.
Oh, and the lovely clock.
Do you guys have something kind of like this?
Sort of.
Almost.
Okay.
And now?
So we want to make sure that we have a bunch of lines on one layer together. Is that how it is for you guys?
Yes.
Perfect. So now what we can do, I can make sure I have those lines selected, and I'm going to click on my arrow, and now I can move them all around. You guys see that?
Okay. Oh.
And I want to put them right on top of my mug. Is that working for you?
Mm.
Not quite.
Mm. Some of them are thick because they're double.
Okay.
Ah,
Well, actually, okay. I think that's a help. Okay, so now?
So now we have it selected, right? We have the blue arrow
Mm-hmm.
on top of our mug. We're going to go to warp right at the bottom. Do you guys see that?
Oi. This is, oi.
And it's going to bring up a little grid.
where did you find warp?
So we want to make sure that our blue arrow is selected.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah. And then I can move these lines around. You see this?
Right.
And we want to give our lines a little bit of a curve. So to do that, I'm going to kind of tug up the edges on the side and push them down in the center. Do you guys see that? I'm making this top look like a little U.
Okay.
And then I want to bring in the corners on the bottom. Like this.
Mm.
And that's going to make these lines look like they're wrapping around the mug. Are you guys able to warp those lines around?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. And I'm not super worried if they go off the edges or not right now. So I have kind of like an up U and then like a lower U at the bottom.
oh, you do.
You guys able to find arrange in a way that you like? Cool. So whenever you're done, you're going to click on that arrow again, and now it's going to set that in place. And now I can go over to my eraser and I can start erasing these outside lines. And there we have them. So the little blue arrow is our selection tool. I feel like we've used it quite a bit. I don't know if I've like fully explained everything it does. It's basically what's going to let us like select areas of our painting and move them around and warp them, kind of thing. I'm trying to think how else I can describe it. Yeah, because it's how you would change sizes of images, and you can even change like the lines in your paintings and areas like that. But we'll just kind of keep using it and see if it kind of gets a little bit easier. It's pretty fast, like it's pretty fun tool to have though, because like it saves tons of time when you're working with actual paint. You can't like pick something up and move it somewhere else. So let's you do that.
So now the chocolate.
Now the chocolate, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I wanna keep,
At long last.
This is what we've been waiting for.
yeah, saving the best for last. I'm gonna add a new layer on here. So we have our color blocking, our lines, and then this last layer will be our ice cream. And I'm putting this on a different layer because I want to be able to change those lines if I need to, if that makes sense.
What are we calling this one?
Let's call this, oh, I dropped my pen. Chocolate or ice cream. You know, I'll call mine ice cream. Or it's not ice cream, gosh. It's hot chocolate.
What is it, by the way?
Chocolate sauce.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
But there's the white too.
It must be whipped cream, maybe? Or marshmallows? And it should be our upmost layer.
Okay.
And now I can take some of these light colors and start filling in my ice cream. Ice cream, I keep saying ice cream. My whipped cream.
What is your brush size for this?
It is about 10.
Okay.
It's a little on the big side. So
Because it doesn't matter. Well, if you go outside, it doesn't.
I want to be a little bit more careful about going outside the lines. Just because I'm getting towards the end of the painting. So most of the lines that I lay down now are going to be kind of like the final, what's there, the finished product. I moved my brush down smaller now to get to the smaller corners and nooks and crannies. Oh, didn't realize it was not showing my screen. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. I think if we maybe give it another 10 minutes, we might be able to finish. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm cool.
Yeah,
Just do it. Just do it. Let's do it. Let's get it done.
Sounds good. When you guys are done with the white areas, do you want to give me a thumbs up? I kind of went fast.
Yep. And now we go with chocolate. We do the chocolate, right? So the darkest one.
Yep, so I'm gonna go pick out one of the darkest colors here. And these darker brown blacks. And same thing, just start filling it in. It's kind of fun because I find chocolate kind of looks almost red orangey colored when it's really thin. And our underpainting is a nice red orangey color. So if you just kind of press lighter, it does feel like chocolate. Those reds kind of poking through. My brush size, if you guys are curious, is right about 5% right now. gosh, I can see it coming together. Ah. How are we doing with the chocolate?
Good.
Sweet. When you guys are ready to add the reflections, do you want to let me know?
Okay, reflections are going to be like in white, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to take these white colors and I'm going to use a really small paintbrush. I'm at like 2%. And I'm looking in here, we have a nice solid white reflection here. And then on this corner, it's pretty light. I'm going to gradually kind of pick up my pen and bring it lighter here. I'm going to zoom in so you can see that. I'm just really zoomed into my reference photo. And I'm just trying to go around and find all the areas that have these really white reflections and block the shapes in.
Mm.
There's the clock. And then one of the last areas of reflection I want to make sure I get is right at the bottom of the cup. I'll zoom in on my reference photo. You can see it. Right in here, we have these orange colored reflections right at the bottom. So I'm gonna grab a nice orange color and paint those in. Are those reflections going okay?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, well, that's it. It's a bit of a slope still. Well, yours looks much more like it.
It's, I'm a little bit more used to the iPad.
I can't seem to get a white. How do you get a white?
I just sampled this color here, and I did have to go over it a few times because it kind of light.
Because
Oh, Lisa, yeah. It looks so like warm and cozy.
Yeah, I kind of messed up the handle, but I will work on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, that looks
It
really.
looks like hot chocolate, I think.
It totally looks like hot chocolate. Do you guys feel like the iPad is starting to make like a little bit more sense?
Yeah.
yes, it's actually I find I fall less into pitfalls, like forgetting to change layers.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of a lot at first too. Here's Rashmi's. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I work a little more on this.
That looks really nice.
Okay, I'll take your leave for now. It's really late. I have to log in at 7 in the morning. It's almost midnight here. So,
My God.
yeah. Good night, everyone. I mean, have a good Sunday.
Good night, Rashmi.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye. Take care. No.
Oh, Abby. Wow. That looks really nice. How are you liking the iPad?
It's pretty good.
It's looking really nice.
Thank you, Emma. I'm gonna run.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
This was super fun. Have fun with your puppy.
Thanks.
See you guys.
See
How
ya.
can it not be fun with the puppy?
I
Oh,
know.
have so much fun. Oh, Sandra, that looks really nice.
Sort of. At least it's the first one I've managed to complete, so I'm happy.
Yeah, that looks really nice. It looks almost watercolory on yours. Like,
That's because she's a watercolory person.
it makes
It's still harder. It's very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it totally feels like watercolor.
I was saved by work.
Thank you very much, Emma.
But it's been wonderful to
really-
hang with you while I'm working. It just, shit just happens.
Yeah.
Emma, you're really kind and patient. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The puppy just fell asleep and he just kind of slid onto the floor. Gave him a big scare.
You guys, these are looking great. How fun.
They look so nice.
They do. They really look good. Abby, great job. Sandra, great job. Rashmi, yeah. Lisa, yeah.
They look
Oh, it's interesting
Somebody's
that
having fun.
red. It's interesting that red. I'm looking at Rashmi's like before
Mhm.
before you got the chocolate and the white on top. Look at how nice that red supports that. Those lights. So nice.
But I feel like we haven't been able to finish them yet. So it's really cool. So we're just trying
So how are we doing, Emma? Are we almost done?
We're exhausted now.
See, wore you out. You guys actually got so tired that you're.
Oh my God.
Well, that was
I'm not coming on to the atelier.
All right, so we'll be doing another class next week, and then there are 2 classes in June 11th and the 26th, I think. It'll be on the schedule. It'll be, but we will also have a class next week, same time. So I don't know what we're gonna do subject-wise.
Give
but
you
I
an
know,
easy
something fun.
subject.
Yeah, well, we all think.
Something basic.
Okay.
But it was pretty basic.
It was pretty
Many-
basic.
That was not
Oh.
basic.
Although,
I like how you're learning about how to
How about the
stretch.
yeah, I
Right.
like that. I really like this. What I don't like with the picture, Emma, is that you've done all the stripes straight, so they're not following the cup. They are
No,
following
we
this
walked
way.
them. We walked them. That was hard.
That was hard, but good to practice,
Well,
right?
But this one is not exactly walked.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway.
Good to practice.
Yeah.
So good to practice right? She's showing you, this
stripes
is the
were
whole
hard.
point of this class, is to show people the different
Fantastic.
things you can do, how you can kind of play and warp. Yeah, so I'm gonna say you guys are exhausted. Let's call it a day. This recording will be available soon, and we'll do something else next week. What do you
Yeah, it's
Thank you,
Something
Emma.
easy,
Abby,
like,
hopefully you'll join us next
maybe a
week.
tree or
It is really, it's something easy. We got you. We're
it's
on it.
fun though. It's fun.
It was
I'm
fun.
sorry,
We always
sorry,
think
I
There's
missed it.
Diana who didn't do the warped stripes or the cream or chocolate.
It really does look
Sorry, I
delicious.
missed it, but I loved having the company while I was working.
There you go. All right, you
wasn't
guys.
that
Emma,
hard
thank you
there,
so
was it?
much. We'll be in touch, and I'll see you all next week.
Sounds good.
All right.
See you later.
Are
Bye,
you gonna-
guys.
Are you gonna do
No.
a class at 11:30?
No, not this
No,
week.
good.
So hopefully next week. I sent a note out saying, yeah.
Good.
But we will.
That fits me perfectly.
There
Fits me
you go. See, I did it all for you, Diana. By the way, Sandra and Diana, thank you so much for your donation. That is so
Oh, you're
lovely.
very welcome.
I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. It's just the support is tremendous. All right, you guys, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.